Trading photos.
Stay tuned, Trading Photos.
Hi, I'm Dion Peart. I'm here at the Consulate General of Jamaica for the Literary Arts Salon, and I'm here promoting two of my books. My first novel is Somerset Grove, which is a story set in Jamaica, and the second novel is Butterfly, which is a story about a first-generation Caribbean American attorney. I started writing my first book when I was practicing law in private practice, and so I started about 2009, and I would write early in the morning before I started practicing law. So a little bit more about my first book. It is a story that's set between Jamaica and Canada, and it features three main characters, Ruby Wright, Angelique, and Carmen, and they are three women who each dream of leaving their small town existence in Jamaica, but each encounters obstacles that get in the way of her fulfilling her dreams. So the story switches back and forth in between the three characters' points of view, and it also goes back and forth in time from the 40s until the 80s. My advice to anyone who wants to start writing but hasn't done it is to start writing. The first step is to just sit down and just go with it. Whether you want to do a short story or a novel, just keep writing and keep doing it every day. Make it a part of your daily practice. Read a lot of different authors, read the ones that really inspire you, and then just go for it. How you can contact me, I have a website, www.dionpeart.com. That's DIONNEPEART. And my books are also available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Thank you all for coming out this evening. Please put your hands together for I Drumlink. My name is Ewan MacDonald. I'm tremendously honored to have been asked to be part of this evening's exercise, a literary salon, jewelry and art exhibit. A whole heap of things are going on at the Consulate. For those of you who may not be aware, the first graphic will somehow give information. This year, 2017, will mark the 55th anniversary of Jamaica's political independence. So, yes, you can clap Jamaica. So we're tremendously pleased that the Consulate saw fit to have this as one-off, if not the first event, to start a conversation of Jamaica, the Jamaican diaspora, and what we offer to our communities, both here and abroad, and the tremendous vitality of our people. And this evening starting off with our artists. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Consul General of Jamaica in New York, the Honorable Trudy Deans.
Thank you, Ewan. Please don't steal my glasses. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm so happy you're all here today. You've braved the weather, and I was a bit worried when I saw the weather forecast last night. But I'm happy you're all here. Again, welcome to the Consulate General and to this evening's presentation and reception of our kick-off event in celebration of and recognition of our nation's 55th anniversary of independence. Let me extend a very warm welcome to you, our guests, and in particular, all the participants in this evening's event. Mr. Victor Blois. Mr. Blois, where are you? Please stand so everybody can see you. Miss Stacy Enchin. Miss Gianna Fakuri. Dr. Winston Huggins, Mr. Jeremiah McFarlane, Miss Dion Peart, Dr. Carleen Richardson, and Miss Tilsa Wright. Can we give them a round of applause, please? 55 years in the life of our island nation is indeed a short time. But yet, we have a lot to celebrate. This year's national theme is celebrating Jamaicans at home and abroad. Jamaicans at home and abroad have made significant strides in a wide variety of professions and occupations. Many with notable accomplishments are here this evening. Many are also in your network of friends and family. So therefore, let us seek to identify and celebrate that which is positive, that which is good, thus creating an island home where we are always proud to identify with. So ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned earlier, this is just the first event of a series of events that you'll be invited to for Jamaica 55. As I do not represent New York only, the launch of Jamaica 55 will be in Philadelphia this year, and we will be doing it at the Pen Relays. So you're all invited to come at the Pen Relays, because I can't be selfish and keep everything for for New York. So, on behalf of the Prime Minister, the government of Jamaica, and the staff of the Consulate, and I'd like to single-handedly thank Aretha Blake. Aretha, where are you? And Sodrain Gordon, who planned this entire event, and I'm going to ask you to give them a round of applause. So welcome, enjoy, and it's obviously this is going to be my theme until I'm here. Welcome to the Consulate, your home away from home. Have a good evening.
And I'm now going to call on somebody who walking in her tradition. Carleen Richardson is a woman's advocate, and she's founder and president of the forum, the From Gutter to Glory project, an initiative aimed at providing mentorship for high school seniors nationally and internationally. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dr. Carleen Richardson.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I am truly humbled. I came from Jamaica when I was 13 years old. My mom gave me over to my grandmother when I was about 8 months old. And so I always wanted to know what it was like to live with my mom. She came here, and no one told me that it was possible to get a visa by yourself without parents, but instead of going to Camperdown High School one morning, I decided to go to the U.S. Embassy, and I got a 1-month visa. I came up, and then I went back, and I tried again at 15, and I got a 10-year. All by myself. No one told me it was possible, but you never know what's possible until you try.
I started writing in my teens, mostly poetry. And then after my experience here, which influenced the writing of From Gutter to Glory, I started back writing in the early 2000s when my college professor suggested that in order to, it was something therapeutic. And so she suggested that I started journaling. And I would say I started writing professionally in the early 2000s. My background, my heritage, I am from Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica, and my parents both migrated here to America, hence the reason I am in America. The factors that influenced me writing From Gutter to Glory, I came from Jamaica when I was about 15 years old, and approximately 5 months later I was raped. I was put out by my mom. However, she took me back in. But when my daughter was about 8 months old, she told us we had to go. We lived on the train for several months before shacking up with my daughter's godmother. Unfortunately, we couldn't stay there too long. She passed me over to my cousin in Brooklyn, And he gave us a partially abandoned building to call home. And these are the factors that influence the writing of From Gutter to Glory. How can someone who is experiencing the same issue overcome? Determination, never losing focus, but more importantly, finding the inner strength. For me, my inner strength came from my daughter. After I was raped, I found out I was pregnant, and I kept the baby. And it was my baby who motivated me to go from day to day. And so I would tell someone who's experiencing something similar to find that place of inner strength. My other books, yes, I wrote Little Red, The Insurance Dilemma, and that was influenced by the fact that I teach. I'm a professor of healthcare, and I found out that each semester I had to write a lot on the whiteboard, the terms and the concepts, and I found that it was a little challenging for my students, especially those who without any healthcare background. And so I decided if I could pair the current knowledge with knowledge that they already have of Little Red Riding Hood and use the grandmother as a point of reference to discuss Medicare and Medicaid, the insurance of, that we have here in America, then I think learning would be more effective. And it was proven it is more effective. Where can the book be bought? Amazon, Barnes & Noble. And if you would like to contact me, I am on Facebook at Dr. Carleen Richardson. I'm on Instagram, the official Dr. K. Richardson. And I'm also on LinkedIn, Dr. Carleen Richardson. Thank you.
Okay. But we have there's an Easy Pal, which is an easel palette, which is it's an invention. This is basically for art parties. So if people want to do art parties, we have Easy Pal, which is a portable studio. Okay. Everybody can paint their paintings within 2.5 hours, and they feel very good about it.
Awesome.
Right,
okay.
So you could check.
Please.
Thank you for.
All right. So we have Easy Pal. Nothing polite came to mind when you said that. So I'm glad he explained what Easy Pal is and the art party that is associated with. I'm now going to call on Miss Dion Peart. Okay, Miss Peart is one more of our writers, and the program mix up, so I don't know which part it is. Oh, so she was born in England, grew up in Canada, and is now practicing law in DC. Somebody must have followed you. And she is a literacy ambassador for Read Across Jamaica Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Miss Dion Peart.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So I style myself as an attorney by day and a writer by early day. That's the only way it's going to get done.
Your work is primarily, I'm assuming, on that corner, and where else?
Well, they're all around. Anything that is not...
if it's not fee, Miss Field. Okay, all right. And could you just tell us something about the work?
The work is visual.
Oh, okay. Apparently, this is the one who should have the feed.
I'm a visual artist.
Okay.
So I speak to you through visual music.
Okay.
It's a visual language.
Okay. And in his case, he had oil and tinting and mixed media tinting,
yes.
And you is what?
Primarily acrylics and mixed media on campus.
Okay. What is this mixed media thing? For those of us who
don't...
Mixed
media means that it might be acrylic and oils or pastels or various medium composed together to create one piece.
Okay, and this acrylic thing is the same like house paint acrylic, or?
Definitely.
Oh, okay. So a cheap house paint that's over the years,
wait a minute.
and then $70 million.
No. When it's house paint, it's not called acrylics.
Oh, when it's on the
It's
house,
called latex.
oh, so it's on the house is latex paint, and when it's on that it's called acrylic.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So if you painted my house with that paint,
With millions of dollars.
oh, so my house is automatically acrylic at that point. Okay, all right. Okay, Bandulo. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Victor Blois. Our next writer is Telsa Wright. They mix up the program and I can't find which part you're sitting there. Miss Wright? Oh, yes, Miss Wright is not just a writer, you're also a filmmaker. Oh, okay, no, make it sound small. You know, big up yourself, sweetheart. You're a filmmaker.
Yes.
Yes?
You're a filmmaker.
You make it sound like me I push you for a ton filmmaker. Me not give no money if you make film. But she is with us this evening, and her book is Lady in Red. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Telsa Wright.
Good evening, and thank you for having me. Hi everyone, my name is Telsa Wright, and today I'm here at the Jamaica Consulate promoting my book, Lady in Red. Lady in Red. Now, it was the storyline basically takes place in Brooklyn. The main character, she's Spanish Jamaican, and my book is available at Amazon and Kindle, so make sure you get a copy. I also have music pertaining to the book. Hip-hop artist Hattie Rax recorded a song titled Everything Big. It's available on all digital platforms, iTunes and Amazon. Be sure to get a copy of the book and also buy the music. Is this my first book? No, it's not. It's my third title. However, this is the first book that's actually getting a lot of momentum in the streets of Brooklyn and also the Bronx. So, thanks for your support.
So what was your first book?
My first book was Related Affairs that has basically a Jamaican gay storyline. My second book, it was titled Starboy, Cricket Wicket, he knows how to stick it. And that's also available. All three books are available on Amazon. What inspired me to start writing was basically being around a lot of creative people, a lot of people in the arts. A fellow author encouraged me to write, so I just have the bug and I write. It's creativity cannot be really contained. I'm inspired by music, so I always listen to music to get in the zone to basically write my stories. I started writing maybe like 8 years ago. 8 years ago. Oh, where in Jamaica I'm from, I grew up in Harborview, Kingston 17, right by the airport right there. So, and I've been living in New York for the past like 21 years. And I'm still young, I'm not telling you my age.
So, do you intend to like make your book into a movie?
Certainly, but it's going to be a very slow process. I have to build up an audience. You know, the whole business technicality of building an audience and numbers and all that good stuff. Most definitely, I love to. Right now, we have music. I have a hip-hop artist from the Bronx. His name is Hattie Rax. He recorded a song titled Everything Big. It's available on iTunes and all digital platforms. We are in about a couple weeks, we're going to film the music video for that song. So, slowly but surely, I will get it on film. Oh, my social media contact is very simple. It's my full name, Telsa Wright. So look me up on Instagram, it's Telsa Wright. Facebook, Telsa Wright. Twitter, Telsa Wright. And you can also email me at telsawright@yahoo.com.
Okay, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
literally came up from Jamaica for this evening's program. She holds a bachelor's in fashion merchandising from the Miami International University and a master's in fashion marketing from the prestigious Polymoda.
Yes.
Oh, why that? This is
Well, if we were to break it down, it means all fashion, polymoda, multiple fashion.
But it's not English.
No.
Where is it?
It's Italian.
Okay. And you're Jamaican?
Located in Florence, yes.
And you studied there?
Yes.
And you're faculty presently at Edna Manley College for Visual and Performing Arts?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. And your art form is?
Jewelry.
Jewelry.
Yes.
Oh, this is it?
This is it.
Okay.
I mean, I have other pieces as well.
Well, I would hope so. You would have weird your entire exhibition on your whole hand. But,
I mean, but I try sometimes.
But okay. And what are they made from?
I have them made of.
Hold it up like Vanna White. Yes. What are they made from?
Okay, well, these are my hand are made from jade and prehnite and citrine and labradorite. So these are all natural gemstones.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Gianna Fakuri from the original Arm Candy, and I have been doing my bracelet line for about 1.5 years, and everything comes packaged like a candy, complete with nutrition facts on the back. And we make the bracelets with all sorts of materials: woods, gemstones, acrylics, crystals, glass, just about anything I can get my hands on. And I design them in Jamaica, we make them in Jamaica, and we're trying to go global now. So this is my first show ever outside of Jamaica, and I have to thank the Consulate General of Jamaica for hosting me. And yeah, we did pretty good. We also have now the Jamaica edition box because we are celebrating Jamaica 55, and so we decided to rock our colors for this one.
What's your favorite?
My favorite gemstones for me is the prehnite, which I wear a lot of. It's a stone that's said to attract money, so I really love that. I love the pyrite as well because it's for strength and all sorts of good stuff. The men really like the pyrite as well when it's not as glittery, when it's more matte. For the men, I love, love, love lavas because men are always coming up to me thinking that they can't wear a bracelet or a beaded bracelet might be too feminine, and the lava stones are rugged and rough and ready for them. My most popular piece is probably my signature wood bracelets. They come with turquoise and prehnite and rose quartz. It's just a wood bracelet with one piece of gemstone in it. That's probably my most popular because people buy them the most for gifts and people like to stack them up, but they don't ask for that one the most. I think they request mostly the prehnite or the lava. Oh yes, please, please, please follow me on Instagram. You can follow 2 pages. One is at Gianna Fakuri or at The Original Arm Candy. And we have a website, www.theoriginalarmcandy.com, and we have a Facebook page, The Original Arm Candy by Gianna Fakuri. Thank you.
Our next writer, and we have to go back at the front, go back at the back. Yeah, I'm going short, as short as. Yes, and the bio long, but unlike the others, Miss Stacey Ann Chin is a poet, not fiction writer, among other things. Okay, so she's a poet among other things, and also playwright. Oh, you know, I want to tell you about the show. Okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, we get fired by the walk. Ladies and gentlemen, Stacey Ann Chin.
During roll call, Aunt June calls out the names of the children in the class. Each student has to say, "Present, Miss Jennings." I forget and I say, "Present, Aunt June." Stacey, you have to learn to follow the rules, you know. Here I am your teacher, not your aunt. In this room I am Mrs. Jennings. So make sure I don't have to pull out that belt for you to remember. My face gets hot and I say, yes, yes, Andrew. She calls Grandma inside and she tells her, you know this little girl is a disgrace. She sends me for Uncle Howard's police belt. The strap of plastic is cool and hard against my palm. Without the detachable buckle, both ends of the belt are flat and smooth. My hand shakes when she takes the belt from me. Before she begins, she grabs my arm and tells me that she is about to do this only for my own good. I'm so frightened I feel like I'm going to wet my panties. I'm not quite sure what she's going to do with the belt. She pulls me to her and says that only the word of God can save me from the pitfalls of a lying tongue. Then she raises
Yeah, my name is Winston Huggins. I'm here at the Consulate, and we had a great event here with art and visual arts and literary arts, and it was a great time. And I got into art by drawing. Started out by drawing. And drawing was so good, I started to paint. And that's how it began. Well, one of the first items I drew was my mother's singer sewing machine. And it looked real. And it was drawn on a paper napkin. And that was a good experience.
Okay, and what's your favorite object to draw?
Favorite object? I don't have a favorite object, but one of my favorite objects are the landscape, natural landscape, and the female form, and other than that, imaginary and things from memory. Yeah, I'm a graphic artist also. Yes, I train as a graphic artist, so that's part of my training.
Okay, so tell us a little bit, those who don't know the difference between the computer drawing and regular hand drawing. Tell us a little difference.
Well, it's just another tool. A computer is another tool that allows you to do what humans have been doing from creation, from drawing on caves with charcoal. That's all it is. You can contact me by contacting info@optimalart.com, winstonhuggins.com.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Trading photos. Whatever photos, we do it live. We do it the best.
Log on to youtube.com/. This is Trading Photos.